Welcome again, everyone. We're going to be sitting in the backyard today amongst some beautifully happy comfrey, some lovely papaya trees, and a moringa tree back here a ways that I just planted this morning, actually. Look into moringa. It's a fascinating tree. So much goodness in that tree. Anyway, we're going to dive back into my world of thought. Looking at the notes on the phone again. So let us go. So you want to awaken. There is no substitute for clear intention. The universe knows perfectly our strengths and weaknesses and will only meter out what we can handle. For life to do otherwise would cause irreversible damage to the host, like a sound too high bursting eardrums. Infinite wisdom prevents this. So as you can imagine, preparatory work is vital for the true seeker. You cannot cheat your way into graduation. It's actually mathematical. Mathematics and vibratory frequency are really one and the same. To progress in understanding is to increase your vibration to a higher resonance. Higher and higher resonance naturally imparts increased body health, knowledge, and really everything you need to be well taken care of while a guest on Earth. As your harmony grows, so does attunement to finer and finer frequencies. The higher you go, the more blessings received, which you must also give to complete the circuit. At a point, you will become fully and permanently anchored to a new reality. New to yourself, anyway. Regression will no longer be possible, thankfully. The main requirement for this progression is not what you would think it is. It surprised me too upon this discovery. It is forgiveness. But not forgiveness as humans commonly refer to or think about it. Divine forgiveness is a combination of two things, a forgetting and a denial. Forgiveness is a tool similar to a surgeon's scalpel. The tool is not applied haphazardly or disastrous results would occur. No, it is used strategically to rid oneself of erroneous human concepts that have long obscured reality. Reality can only ever be obscured, like a veil over one's eyes, a dense fog in the mind. Hence, while humans commonly live in a dream, or actually a living nightmare, and since divinity's children have creative power, there is no limit to how intricate and real this veil can seem. All things created, high or low, positive or negative, require its complementary vibration. Has to be just so. Perfect justice. And these lower vibrations manifest as the myriad negative conditions inflicting humanity today and throughout history. For one's body is a record of what concepts have been created, accepted, or karmically required. Harmonious vibration, that which is agreement with universal perfection, can ripple out to all of creation. But again, any non-harmonious vibration can only register upon the veil or fog and only be experienced by the children who still subscribe to this nightmare within the confines of the atmosphere of the planet. It is entirely voluntary, though. Has to be so. There is no punishment other than that which is self-inflicted. Perfect justice. But what happens to the individual with disease that touches the person resonating at a very high vibration, like the story of Jesus, you may ask? Mathematics occur. Forgiveness occurs. And yet an unawakened child of light, still caught in the nightmare, seeks to awaken. He hears the preaching of Jesus, the stories told through the town. The part of him that never forgets reality is triggered. A faith is stirred within. Faith is powerful vibration. It is a form of intention. It's a consciousness of willingness to make self-correction. Apparently we have a couple squirrels in disagreement. I'll start again here. The yet unawakened child of light, still caught in the nightmare, seeks to awaken. He hears the preaching of Jesus, the stories told through the town. The part of him that never forgets reality is triggered. A faith is stirred within. Faith is powerful vibration. It is a form of intention. It is a consciousness of willingness to make self-correction. And from my illustration from the earlier video, it is a completion of the electrical circuit. Power flows. Correction happens instantly, as if the condition never happened. The only limiting factor is the intensity of one's intention. Divine healing seems to occur, but it is just a return to reality, where such conditions cannot be. So let's return to forgiveness. A forgetting and a denial. These are only human concepts. They are not a part of reality, as they are not needed there. Perfection has no need of forgetting or denial. Can you see that? They are needed here, though. It is a little like creating a fake tool to fix a fake problem. Erroneous concepts are either self-created or accepted from the pool of suffering, as I will call it. This pool is a seething collection of humanity's thoughts, feelings, emotion, and spoken words, collected over time. It collects in the atmosphere of classroom Earth. All of these are vibration and creative. Has to be so. Thought, feeling, and the spoken word are the creative power endowed upon us. Free will is the paramount principle guiding it all. We have to keep this simple because we literally cannot fathom how epic life really is just yet. It's not vibrationally possible to fathom this until immense progress is attained. My personal experiences of glimpsing reality while totally sober were much like my experience on psilocybin, the love anyhow, but amped up 10x. Pure divine love is also pure divine knowledge. Even Brother Jesus was incapable of embracing the fullness of eternal universal expansion. And look at what he attained and showed us. It will always be greater than ourselves, forever, no matter how far we go. So forgiveness we see as a two-part process of forgetting and denial. Fake tools to fix a fake problem. Let's consider something practical. An error in the mind arises in our meditation. Any one of 1,000 different fears humanity may subscribe to on a daily basis. Let's say hating one's job and fear never doing something you love. Actually, this sentence has multiple parts. Let's break it down. Hating of one's job. How did you get here in the first place? Only one way possible. Your vibration attracts the position to you. It's math. It cannot fail. Instead of hating, you need to see it objectively. Like being a director in a movie, you create a new desire to be of service to humanity in a capacity more aligned with your heart. Our jobs need to be seen as a service. That is how it is in the rest of creation. No need to be specific, though. Better not to. The universe always places us where we can grow. Lessons can be learned anywhere and everywhere. It's mathematical. Hate now is a powerful binding frequency. A universal law is whatever your attention is upon, you strengthen and command into experience. Deeply attuning yourself to this principle will change everything in how you approach self-correction. One's attunement to frequency, whether high or low, is so powerful it can be felt and experienced over several lifetimes. The old adage in the Bible about the sins of the father being so great as to affect his offspring unto the third and fourth future generations would be more accurately prescribed to embodiments. No universal justice would occur having one's own heirs visit upon the potentially innocent souls that happen to be your children's children, now would it? Common sense is divine. But you will pay the price or reap the reward of every seed you sow in this embodiment. Decisions today will affect your experiences, sometimes for lifetimes ahead. It's never too late to desire truth. Even doing so on your deathbed will have effects. Let's not wait that long. That is the way of the unwise. Yet that is the purpose of pain and suffering. They scream to us to pay attention to the mistakes we are making. Imperfect justice. Ye cannot serve two masters. You may have heard this before. This is referring to one's attention. Your attention is your consciousness. It is how consciousness creates. One's attention cannot simultaneously think about truth and falsehood. Try it. It's one or the other. Know truth, and the truth shall set you free. Follow your thoughts for a day. What are your habits of thinking? How many fears arise? How many desires to awaken arise? Your attention is either raising you into freedom or further imprisoning you every moment of every day. Become its master. We have let it wander unleashed for lifetimes. This is the proper time and place to become a dictator. The great universal teacher who come to awaken us throughout history have all leashed their attention. That is mastery. That is how you become responsible again. You can then be entrusted with your inheritance. Seemingly fantastic divine power. But really, it's just unadulterated, normal reality. The attention could be considered a flashlight. It lights up whatever we think about. Imagine being in a dark basement, looking through file drawers. The amount of files or information you can see is determined by the power of your light, is it not? Now consider, most of humanity is operating with keychain lights with dull batteries. Some yearn for new batteries and bigger lights. Too few. Some know not that they are even supposed to yearn for more. The darkness is terrible, oppressive, but false. It only requires a moment of desire, a sincere moment of desire to trigger events and circumstances to change. Have you heard the old tale of the Zen master who was asked a question from a disciple about when he would experience enlightenment? The master's response was absolutely perfect. He silently led the student to a pond, walked him into it, and proceeded to grab the student's head and hold it underwater. When the student flailed for release and couldn't survive much longer underwater, he was released. He, of course, asked, "Master, why did you do that?" Master stated, "When you want truth as much as your next breath, you will have enlightenment." I love that story. There is nothing more intense and sincere about wanting your next breath while drowning. If we seek with that intense desire, we shall find. If you knock with that intensity, it will be open unto you. It has to. Mathematics of vibration. So let us apply this understanding of attention and vibration to our desire of having a job we love and not hate. If we keep feeling hate at our current predicament, it will only bring more of it into our experience. If we talk about it with others, it also strengthens it. If we continue to think about all the things we hate about our job, we of course bind it to us more. Even if we change jobs abruptly out of anger and disgust, we will draw more of the same in our experience. That is without self-correction. It's not the job's fault or the people at the job. Now, if you applied the tool of forgiveness to this situation, it may dawn upon you that if I just love the idea of a new, more fulfilling job and think about how happy you would feel being in a position that served your heart's desires, I hope you can see how mathematics and intent are working here. And when forgiveness is applied, meaning forgetting and denial, tremendous progress will be made. If you never want to experience a particular occurrence, it must never even be considered. If a disagreeable idea has arisen in your mind and feeling, you have the ability to deny it existence in your sphere of expression. This is the proper use of denial. You deny its ability to strengthen and coalesce into physical experience by starving it of attention. Depending on how rooted something is, determines how much intensity is required. Stop thinking about it. Stop feeling it. Stop discussing it. Starve it. The second phase of forgiveness is forgetting. Could be minutes, could be entire lifetimes. But eventually you will forget that you are even capable of expressing these nefarious things. Forget how it feels to be low on money. Forget how it feels to not live in a beautiful environment. Forget all memories of lack and limitation, like it was only a dream. Forgiveness complete. Vibration raised. Earth's frequency increased. All brethren blessed. Universe rejoices. You will always know of these dark expressions as something humanity struggles with, but it will be like a fleck of lint floating in the air before you, not even worth a moment's consideration. That is the process of surgically reawakening. If you learn to be still enough in your thought and feeling, you will hear the quiet voice that never errs. Offer gentle guidance and solutions to all your predicaments. And removing all these constant fears about this, that, and the other thing that surface daily will surely, as the sun ever shines, bring you closer to that inner guide that will help you out of the dream and embrace the fullness of your purpose. Understanding in the mind is knowledge. It's the first step. Knowledge becomes wisdom through use and application. The second step. When you truly get the fullness of it at the cellular level, what has been said here today, you will experience immeasurable gratitude. True understanding for the first time is always coupled with deep gratitude and a joyous sense of freedom, like the discovery of a free gift that is yours to use and give forever. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Again, it's mathematical. The soul rejoices when coming home. Thanks again for joining me here today.